Hey guys, PaulPer, the Snipe with the Skills, and welcome back to TF2 Loadout Review. It's now day 11 of VidTober, and for this episode we're going to be featuring the Pyro, and the loadouts I use when I play Pyro. So, my Pyro loadout consists of the Degreaser, the Flare Gun, the Manmelter, and more recently, even though it's not in this footage, the Scorch Shot. Plus, I melee with the Axe Extinguisher, and occasionally I do play Pyro Shark and use the Neon Annihilator. When I play Pyro, I am more offensive. I stay forward, I extinguish enemies lit by enemy Pyros, and I try and get the critical hit chance from the second flare gun shot whenever I can. Also, another thing of being a Pyro, as part of being a Pyro, it's very useful for when spy checking, because it's literally, hey, are you a spy? Fire. Okay, because if you spy check with Girardi, you use up your jar. But if you spy check with the Pyro, it's just a little bit of ammo. Now, the reason I pretty much only run the Degreaser is because I am a decent, I do not use the Flog. It is, I view the Flog as way too OP. That's why I don't run with the Flog in the game. The reason I use the Degreaser is the fast weapon switch, which I deem very useful despite the less damage and afterburn loss. It also, unlike the back burner, only uses up 20 ammo for an air blast, which is also very useful. And when dealing with multiple projectiles, the quick switch can save you in a cinch compared to a regular switch when you want to air blast a projectile. Now, when I run the flare gun, it is because of the critical damage on burning targets. Plus, the Manmelter actually, I crafted my own Manmelter and then I managed to get a Strangifier, so I have my crafted Manmelter is Strange. The perks of the Manmelter are no ammo, 50% projectile speed. Also, it can extinguish teammates, and when it extinguishes teammates, it can hold up to 35 guaranteed crit shots, but it has no extra damage on burning targets, no random critical hits, and it has a 20% slower firing rate. So there are the drawbacks and the pros of that. So it's useful for when it actually is pretty much the perfect counter for a Flog Pyro, because, oh, you're burning my teammates repeatedly, I'm extinguishing them endlessly whenever you try lighting them on fire. So that's one of the big perks of using that. And we come to the final secondary weapon I recently, not in this footage though, started using as the Pyro, which is the Scorch Shot. Ever since the recent update, the Scorch Shot has gotten buffed, in my opinion. On hit, it ignites enemies. The flares cause knockback and then ignite. Mini crits can happen from burning targets and more knockback. They can destroy sticky bombs. And in my opinion, that is very useful because it can stun an enemy, it can knock them in the air and cause a little bit of, it can mess them up, it can throw them off their game, in my opinion. And it's worth the minus 35 self-damage force penalty and minus 35 damage penalty that comes with using that weapon. And when it comes to the melee weapon, I use the Axe Extinguisher pretty much always because of the quick switch of the Degreaser combined with the Extinguisher means burn, air blast, switch, kill. Or flare gun, switch, kill. And whenever there's a map with a lot of water, that's when I break out the Neon Annihilator and I play a little bit of Pyro Shark. And recently I found out that combining the flare or I mean the Scorch Shot with the Neon Annihilator, it'll stun them, knock them in the air, so you can get up close and get the melee kill. So yeah, when I play Pyro, I try and keep myself aware of enemies unless I'm distracted by targeting a specific enemy. I try not to WM1. I try to stay efficient. And yeah. And I guess while we're talking about the Pyro, I might as well say my opinion on the Phlog. The Phlog, I don't know. It has no air blast, yes. But other than that, it's kind of OP. Because the only real way I've seen people deal with the Phlog is Natasha, a taunt stun, such as the Uber Saw or the Huntsman, if you're lucky enough to get up close to a Pyro while it's activating oomph. And you can do that. Congrats to you. That is an amazing feat. But yeah, it seems too OP for me. Like I don't feel right when I use it, so I don't really use it. Because overall, it's really strong, and I always see people complaining in the chat about people who use Phlogs. Because there's not enough drawback. Like, if in order to build up the damage, you take a little bit more damage, and once you get your taunt, then you are more resilient and you get back all your health. I think that would make it more balanced, because you'd have a higher chance of dying, but the payoff would still be the same. Sort of like how the Sandman, it has the stun feature, but the Scout has less health. It's like that. Also, I have no idea where that soldier went during that whole thing. But yeah, so that's how I run Pyro. And yeah, that's my opinion on some of the weapons that people argue are a little too OP. Now, one thing I have been wanting to try to do is the detonator jumping. Because you can sort of it's flare jumping. You can kind of mini flare jump with the Scorch Shot. You can't get as much propulsion, I guess. But yeah, this round's about to end. So guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying your week. Actually, it's gonna be Sunday, so I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. And let me know down below what you guys are gonna be doing for your Columbus Day off, if you have that day off. And alright, so I believe the round's about to end. Thank you guys all for watching. My name is PaulPer _TF2, the Sniper with Skills. And I will see you later, my fellow Mercs. Bye!